Alright, so the plan here today is to get a start on some soffit and fascia. I've got my redneck genie boom all set up. Got the soffit, fascia, and J-trim into the back shed. And got a whole bunch of tools sitting right here, so I'll get up there and get at her. Alright, I'm up here and I've got a couple marks made. This bottom mark here and this bottom mark here. From there to there, that's level. And I measured from there to there and from there to this mark up here, and that's both the same distance. So that is going to be where the top of the J-trim sits. And then I came down here and made a mark at the bottom of the fascia board, and that's level, and that's where the top of that J-trim is going to sit going that way. So I'm going to get a piece of J-trim up here and start getting it put on. Alright, so here's what I've come up with so far. I had to get this belt down because the way I'm going to do this soffit, I'm going to come down and then go over. When I did all the soffit on the house, the way that I did it was I continued the J-trim right down to there and then built this little triangle in and sided it. But siding's already on here, so I'm going to do this a little differently. So the way the soffit is going to come down, and then it'll come down straight here, and then go flat out underneath, and then carry on down the side. So I'm right ready to put this next piece of J-trim on. So I use the level, and see that mark there? That is level, so that's where the top of the J-trim is going to sit all the way along. I cut the end of this J-trim and made that little tongue, and it'll just slide right in there. It's times like this it would definitely be handier to have 3 hands. Definitely not the easiest thing to screw on, but that's okay. The struggle is real. Alright, that seems pretty good. Decent. Alright. I guess I'll scoot around and start working my way down that side. Maybe I should put some soffit on. I don't know. I'm just winging it. So I've got this jig here made up to cut soffit, and it works pretty well. You just slide the sheet into it. It holds it square. And then I've got this part here. You just run the skill saw across it. And to cut soffit, you put the blade in backwards. You can cut it with snips, but it takes a long time, and it's just easier with this, so this is the way I do it. But so just take your measurement. It's 20 5/8. So mark that. Slide it through. Make sure it's tight to that side and just cut it. These are probably a good idea too. Just like that. Now, if you were doing a lot of cutting, like if you had your measurement for the whole one side of the building, you can stick a nail in here, and every time you cut a sheet, just slide it to the nail, cut it, pull the sheet out, and just keep going like that, so you don't have to measure every piece. But I'm only doing a few pieces right here, so I'll just measure every piece. That's not a big deal. There, just like that. I'll go get these put up. I'll try and do this as gingerly as possible so I don't knock this tripod off of here. So when you put this stuff up, I don't know, there's probably lots of different ways to do soffit and fascia, but this, like, I just kind of taught myself how to do it when I did the house. So you just slide it into the J. You bring the tongue out pretty well flush to the fascia. So once you've got it sitting where you want it, you just use these little screws. And you screw it right into a knot so it gives you the hardest time as possible. You just screw it in and that's kind of all there is to it. It's pretty straightforward. And when you're sitting on the top of the scaffolding, you always want to make sure that your foot is hooked to be as safe as possible. You know, that's really, it's the foot hook that makes the difference. All right, so this next sheet is gonna have to go around a corner. And to make that happen, you just kind of bend it. And when you're happy with your nicely butchered piece, kind of fit it up in here. A little test fit. Get the T and the G. And then it's going to come up here and need another bend in it. So, no screw in there yet. Slide that piece in. And put the screws to it. Hi, Latina. That's all I'm gonna do up this gable end for now. I'm gonna carry on down the side. But before I could do the side, I kind of had to figure out this little end part here. So that's good. I can pull around there and carry on down that way. Working on a Sunday. Got that gable end finished up. Got this side finished up this morning. But it is not a good day to be a genie boom. Something's wrong with this thing. The controls and the basket don't want to work. The lower controls do, but the uppers don't, so that's no good. But Dad saved the day. Dad brought the old bucket truck down. Just finishing up this backside.